What's going on, everybody? I am PJ Pitt, and welcome to a brand new video from my channel. Now this, as you may notice, is not Minecraft, and it's something a little bit different. Most of you guys probably don't know, I'm a pretty hardcore Pokemon fan, actually. And a couple months ago, I discovered this thing called Pokemon Showdown. Now, what Pokemon Showdown is it's a great battle simulator where you can build your own teams, give them whatever moves, EVs, items, basically anything you want. You can just customize them instantly, and it's really nice because you can try out different possibilities for Pokemon teams without having to actually grind out levels in a Pokemon game. And I'm not saying I'm not dissing the actual Pokemon games, but this is really nice because it can it's really fun to just try out different Pokemon, use different move combinations, things like that. And I've just been messing around in this, here and there and whatnot, been building teams. And as you see here, the team that I'm currently using is the only team I actually have on this computer right now. I have most of my other teams on another computer, but I'm using the real Dream Team. And this is actually a sort of a joke between me and one of my friends, where I'd beat him a couple times in a row, and he went and spent a couple hours making this what he thought was this really good team, and then he opened up our first battle by saying, "You'll never beat this Dream Team," and then I used this team against him and won. So this is now the real Dream Team. Um, but that little anecdote out of the way, I'm gonna jump right into this here. I guess you'll get to see who all I have in my team. Um, as we go along. But oh, and I'll turn the sounds down because it's just a little music. Now this guy here. All right, so I might as well just take a sec to go over my team. I have a Breloom, Rhyperior, Garchomp, Greninja, Arcanine, and Metagross. I guess I might have pronounced some of those names wrong. Names are kind of just a lot of them are sort of subjective when it comes to Pokemon. I guess. I mean, guess there's technically a right and wrong, but you never know. But anyway, I don't want to waste too much of this guy's time. I'm gonna send out my Arcanine because he usually if you see a Fortress on their team, that's usually their lead. So, and I was wrong. This guy apparently named his Rotom Wash Hardcore Bondage. That's a little weird. I don't know what I'm gonna do here because a lot of Rotoms carry Hydro Pump, which will destroy my Arcanine. But I'm going to just go ahead and risk it and do the close combat because I know Rotoms also carry other moves like Trick and, well, there's the Volt Switch, which is pretty customary. I don't know why he would switch out on that, though. But let's see what happens. I guess, yeah, so I was going to say, you'll get to see my team as we go along. And I don't want to waste too much time explaining every move, but this Arcanine has a Life Orb. He's just an all-out attacker. He has decent speed, pretty good attack stat, and he's a really good Pokemon. I know he's not in the OU tier. One thing that you may not know if you're not familiar with Pokemon Showdown is that there are different tiers of Pokemon or different groupings of Pokemon based on their strength, and I'm playing in the OU tier, which stands for Overused, and Pokemon like Garchomp and Greninja and Breloom are in the overused tier, which is what I'm playing in now. But you can bring up Pokemon from like other tiers, like the UU, like the underused tier, which is where I believe Arcanine or Arcanine. I don't really have a preference of how to say it. And I think Metagross come from. I think Rhyperior is actually from the borderline tier. I'm not 100% sure about that one. But anyway, I switched into Rhyperior because Talonflame has absolutely nothing on this guy. I guess it was good that he used the U-turn because he got to switch into Rotom again. And I'm probably going to switch out because if I get hit with a water attack, then Rhyperior will be quad weak. I'm going to go into my boy Metagross here because he can dish out some physical pain, and he can take hits too. And he just had a nice Hydro Pump miss. That's the one thing I usually like to use moves like Scald or Surf over something like a Hydro Pump because just of the accuracy. Like on my Arcanine, I would use if this was a special attacker, I would use speaking of Arcanine, I would use flamethrower instead of fire blast. Just things like that that give you a an edge. Now the fortress, he's going to switch back to Rotom, which is actually not bad. I can outspeed him, and I'm pretty sure this close combat will finish the job, which is perfect because these guys are such a pain to fight against. Really good to get him out of the way. Now, I'm definitely going to try to switch out my Arcanine if possible because that Fortress is a pretty tough defensive Pokemon. He's good physically defensive, and Arcanine with his Flare Blitz is one of the only things that can really damage him on my team. So, back out to Rhyperior. The Rhyperior, I was tempted to nickname. I don't nickname any of my Pokemon, but I was tempted to nickname him something along the lines of Talonflame Wrecker or something like that. Just because. Oh, nice. That's a clutch critical hit. I was just gonna name him that just because of the fact that he just destroys Talonflames. And holy shit! Like, did you see how he just tanked that hit? A Gyro Ball. Well, I mean, he is pretty slow, so Gyro Ball's damage is based on how much slower you are than the opponent. So I'm not surprised. That was a critical hit, though. Super effective. Still only did less than 10% of his damage, which he just instantly healed back with leftovers. So, okay. This guy is a very interesting choice of names, I must say. Orgasmic Disorder. No comment on that. I'm going to go ahead and Earthquake. Yeah, I was predicting a Drain Punch or something along those lines. These guys usually carry Drain Punch and maybe Mach Punch. What I think I'm going to do actually is I would switch into Breloom, but he might get one hit actually. His defenses are not great. I'm going to go into Garchomp because Garchomp can definitely take a hit, and he can dish out some serious pain. And that Rough Skin ability, really nice. I'm also kind of worried that he might try to switch into Sylveon, which is Fairy type, which these Dragon moves would resist. So I'm going to go with the Earthquake. And I'm guessing he probably still will try to switch into Sylveon. Yep, can't even. It's interesting names. I'm going to go into Metagross, of course, because Steel is super effective on Fairy. And that is going to do nothing. Let's go. Oh, he's going into Talonflame. And that's not what I want, but I can switch back to Rhyperior. I wonder if he's probably gonna use a U-turn and predict that. Or not. But either way, Rhyperior is probably screwed. I'm just gonna hope he switches out and yeah, okay, Rhyperior died. Oh well. That's not bad actually. I got some damage on the Talonflame. And what I think I'm gonna do now is Now the thing with Talonflame is that his ability, Gale Wings, makes all of his flying moves priority, which means that he gets to attack first. So Greninja has a Focus Sash, but since there's Stealth Rocks out, he's going to take some damage and might actually get one shot. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. If Talonflame uses a Brave Bird, he might actually go down. I'm going to go with an Ice Beam in case he switches to Hydreigon. Or Sylveon, I guess he's apparently switching to. A Freeze would have been nice, but don't know what this guy's going to do. I'm not too familiar with these guys, but I'm going to switch back to Metagross. Because I think they're fairly physically defensive. I mean, especially defensive, sorry. Predicting the switch back to Talonflame and the Zen Headbutt to finish him off. Okay, and that's one big threat down. So I'm feeling pretty good right now. He has a Hydreigon, which is Dark Dragon. Probably not going to do too well against this. Yep, the Dark Pulse is going to finish off Metagross. Here I'm going to go into Garchomp, because I don't know how fast Hydreigon is, but Garchomp is really fast. And now if he switches to Sylveon, I'm screwed. So I'm going to do the Dragon Claw. Because I can switch out. If I would have used Outrage there, yeah, okay, he switched out, which is smart on his part. This isn't a great situation for me, because all these guys are probably going to get killed by this. We'll see what happens, though. I'm going to switch out to I'm going to switch out to Breloom. It's risky. He might get one-shot by a Moonblast. Yep. Okay. Breloom's a really great Pokemon for me, and I love his moveset and everything, but he's just not tanky at all. And, oh crap, and the Stealth Rocks are going to kill Arcanine. This is going to be a close game. I don't even know if I'm going to pull this out. Yeah, but all I'm left with now is my two Sweepers. Greninja and Garchomp are just really fast Pokemon. But, oh, this is not looking good for me at all. In fact, I think it's just about over. Unless I get the freeze, unless I get a lucky freeze, nope. I don't even know what I can do right now because if I use a see, the thing with Garchomp is that he has a choice band, which means that I'm locked into the first move I pick, but it gets extra power, which doesn't really matter when it comes to Outrage and Dragon Claw because they're not going to affect this Fairy type Pokemon. And an Earthquake I would use for the stab, but it's not going to affect Hydreigon because he has what does he have? Levitate. So I'm going to go with the Aqua Tail, and I'm going to take the loss. But it was a close game. This guy was pretty good. He had a nice comeback win, do the old GG at the end, and that's going to be it, guys. So kind of disappointed my first game on here was a loss, but to be fair, this guy was pretty good, and things just didn't go my way this time. So next time I upload a video, I'm going to try to get a win on here, and hopefully get some entertaining clips for you guys. So anyway, if you like this kind of video, if you're a fan of Pokemon, anything, just let me know in the comments, and hit me up with a like, whatever. I don't know how regularly I'm going to do this series or make this kind of video, but it was something that I at least wanted to give a try because I've been playing on here a lot, and it's a lot of fun for me. So hopefully it'll be enjoyable, excuse me, for you guys too. So like I said, just leave a comment, whatever, and I will talk to you guys later. And just because I'm uploading this doesn't mean that I'm putting the Outskirts of Sanity 2 developer commentary on hold. Also, in case anybody was worrying about that, still going to be uploading that, but just wanted to mix in something a little bit different here and there. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.